Hello and welcome back to successWerk, the Success Factory. This is the Sunday Setup for Success, my once weekly podcast where I talk about all the mental, emotional, and physical well-being in our modern world. Now, I haven't done this in a while because I've been focusing so much on the conversations I'm having with other coaches. I'm trying to show how networking can really create better and deeper and more profound connections with other human beings. At the same time, I want to introduce you to other coaches in areas that I don't work in so that you too can perhaps find a coach that can help you with a specific area of your life. But 2024 is just around the corner and everyone's talking about the new year and New Year's resolutions and what we're going to do different. And I want to bring the Sunday Setup for Success back. So here we are. Now, before we get started, I do want to say, please like, subscribe, share this episode with someone else, leave a rating and review, all that stuff. It helps me to reach more people, and the more people we can reach, the more people we can help. Be sure to comment and let me know what works, what content you want to see more of. I'm here for you. I want to provide you with the value that you seek out. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into today's episode. What I want to talk about is it's a new year and you're probably making New Year's resolutions. Here's the interesting take on that. Goals that are connected with special dates like New Year's or Christmas or Valentine's Day seem to work better. You're more likely to reach a goal if you connected with some sort of special date. Maybe it's your birthday, maybe it's your wedding anniversary. But the data suggests that you're more likely to reach that goal if you make it your target and not necessarily your starting point. And I think that's one of the reasons that New Year's resolutions tend to fail. They have such a long roadway ahead, an entire year, if you set your target as the next New Year. So if you want to make resolutions, that's perfectly fine. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life or what to do in your life, but I want you to consider that your New Year's resolutions are more likely to succeed if you set a goal date. Okay, so that's part of most goal setting strategies is to have an end date in mind for when you will reach your goals, not a start date. The start date is now. The start date should always be now. Now is always the best time to start. It has nothing to do with January 1st. It has nothing to do with the new year, because if you think about it, time is an entirely human construct. The calendar is something we created. So January 1st is really not any different than December 31st or August 2nd. Today, now is the best time to start with your goals, with working towards your goals. Now, with New Year's resolutions, I want to say I'm not here to be a motivational speaker, right? I'm a coach. I'm not here to motivate you. That motivation really has to come from deep inside of you. It has to come from your heart. Right? That motivation to do things, motivation to reach your goals has to come from within you. There's nothing that I can say or do that will really create motivation within you. Or if there is something that I say or do, then you're looking for external motivation. That is not lasting. That will not take you all the way to your end target. That motivation really has to come from within you. It has to start up here with an idea, and it has to be connected to your heart. You have to have an emotional connection to it that will keep driving you forward. That's where your purpose comes in, right? You need to know what your purpose is, what you're here for, what gives you meaning and satisfaction and fulfillment in your life, right? Where does that happiness in your life come from? What are your passions? So let me demonstrate with a simple exercise. What I want you to do, whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening on the podcast, I want you to find a quiet spot for a second and close your eyes. Now, what I want you to think about is a moment in your life when you were truly happy. I want you to think about the happiest moment in your life. Now, I want you to imagine you're sitting on a sofa, and on the TV in front of you, that moment is playing. Like a family video, right? Like an old-fashioned VHS tape or a DVD or whatever, however you store your family videos. But watch on that TV that moment when you were truly happy. For some of you, that was your wedding, maybe the birth of your first child, maybe when you graduated school. Whatever that moment is, take it in. Create as many colors as you can. You don't want this to be black and white and blurry. You want this to be really colorful, deep and saturated colors. What are you seeing? Listen to the sounds that are in that memory. What are you hearing? Are you outside? Are the birds chirping? Do you hear a river creek running in the background? Do you hear the breeze of the wind? Taking all the sights, taking all the sounds, taking all the smells. Maybe there's fresh baked cake or cookies or a large meal that was freshly prepared just for that special occasion in your life. What are you smelling? Maybe what are you feeling, right? Are you touching something or someone? Feel with your fingertips what it is that you're feeling. If you're eating food in that moment, what are you tasting? Now, as you take in all the sights and sounds and smells and touches, I want you to step into that moment. Step into that television screen and surround yourself with that memory when you were truly happy, when you were at your happiest. Look around you. Again, taking all the sights, taking all the sounds, the feels, the touches, the smells, the tastes. What are your emotions? Is it just happiness? What else are you feeling? Now, once you have that moment freshly in your memory, what I want you to do is I want you to step out of that television. I want you to take that television. I want you to fold it up. And then I want you to put it right here into your heart. Just push it right into your heart. And feel what that feels like. Now open your eyes again. Welcome back. How are you feeling now? Right? That feeling that you experienced in that moment, I did not bring that about. You did. That came from within you. I want you to know that because you are capable of feeling that again. So what I want you to consider right now is, why are you not as happy in your life right now as you were inside that memory? What has changed? What is different? And what do you need to do differently in 2024 in order to bring that happiness back into your life, to fill your life with that kind of happiness every day? Because here's the thing, New Year's resolutions aside, you create your own happiness and unhappiness as well on that side. Those are choices you make. And you simply have to choose to be happy. But in order to choose how to be happy, you have to know what it feels like to be happy. And that's where that memory comes in. That's why I wanted you to experience that memory once more, to have a fresh imprint in your mind what that happiness feels like that you are seeking out in the next year. So what is it right now that is preventing you from feeling that amount of happiness in your life? What will it take for you to change your life so that you can experience that kind of happiness again and again and again every day? Answer is simple. You have to fill your life with passion, and you have to align your actions with your purpose. Now, I know some of you will say, well, I can't do that because this, that, and the other, and I've got all these things going on. And you can say that all you want, but that's a choice then that you make. Because either you will find a way to make that happiness happen for you again, or you will find an excuse. And if you say, oh, I can't do that because this, that, and the other, that is an excuse. And I don't want you to make excuses anymore. I want you to make change for the better. I want you to have a better life next year. And the only way to do that is by first taking the step to say, I'm choosing to be different because I'm choosing happiness. It's just a matter really of how important that is to you. If you say happiness is not that important to me, well, yeah, then you can succumb to all these excuses. But if you're saying, you know what, I am fed up with my life, I want something different, I want something better, then you have to make the choice to say, I need to change in order for me to live a happier life, a life with satisfaction and meaning and fulfillment. And that's your choice to make. It's not my choice to make, that's your choice to make, because I have already made that choice for myself. So I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. If you want to stay in the rut that you're in that burn pit that is your life right now, be my guest. Okay? But I'm telling you, there is a better life for you and for everyone else out there. You just have to make the choice. You have to recognize that you have that choice. It is your choice to make. If you don't change anything next year, that becomes the definition of insanity. Remember, insanity is doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results. And if you don't change what you're doing, if you don't change the way you live your life, then don't expect any different results. And so for your New Year's resolutions, I want you to consider that. What are you truly going to do different? Not what are you doing new, okay? Not what are you not going to do. I mean, those are all important things. But what are you going to do differently than what you're doing right now in order to drive you closer to that feeling of happiness that we just experienced together? Again, that's your choice to make. Not my choice, your choice. And if you choose to be happy, then you can make that happen. I give you an example here. I don't know if you've heard, there's a story that kind of goes like this. A very successful business person, millionaire, billionaire, whatever. And a reporter wanted to know what his reason for success was. So a reporter went out to this brother and said, "Why are you so successful?" And the brother said, "Well, listen, my dad was an alcoholic and he abused us as children, and I had no choice but to be different, but to create this life for me, because my dad was an abusive alcoholic and that's not the life I wanted for me, and so this was my only choice." Now, the reporter went to the other brother, who turned out to be a homeless alcoholic out on the streets, and so the reporter went out to that brother, found him, and asked him the same question: "Why are you a homeless alcoholic?" And the brother said the same answer: "My dad was an abusive alcoholic. I had no other choice." If you think about it, both brothers were raised in the same household, and both brothers made different choices, because each choice was their own, and so is yours. Now, I've heard this story many, many years ago for the first time. And now, sadly, that story has become my life, because I am that first brother, and my brother is that other brother. And so I will tell you that you have everything within you it takes to make a choice, to live a better life, to find happiness, to find meaning and fulfillment in your professional endeavors, to be happy in your personal life with the relationship you have with your partner, your children, the rest of your family, your friends. At the end of the day, like I said, it's your choice. So what are you choosing to do in the new year to live a better life? So I don't want you to think about resolutions. I want you to think about your goals. What are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to get at? What do you want your life to truly look like in the next year? And then you can work backwards from there to figure out what it takes for you to get there. And like I said in the beginning of this episode, set a target date. If you set that target date as a special date, like Valentine's Day, July 4th, your birthday, your wedding anniversary, you're more likely to reach your target. You're more likely to reach your goal. So what is it that you truly want? Maybe we should start there. What do you truly want? Is it the life you currently have, or is it something different? That's a deep and profound question that you have to ponder for yourself. What is it that you truly want out of your life? In order to know that, you will have to figure out what your purpose is. What is your purpose in this life? What is your mission? How are you going to make the world a better place? And I don't necessarily mean the world at large. It could be just your world, your community, your family, your professional circles. But what are you doing to make the world, your world, a better place in the new year? And what choices do you have to make every day in order to make that life, that better life that you truly want, a reality? Now, some of these choices are hard. Sometimes you have to cut people out of your life in order to free yourself from the negativity. I have done that before. It's hard. But sometimes that is what's necessary in order for you to live a better life, a freer life, to have that freedom, that happiness. Okay? I always say your network is your net worth, because the people you surround yourself the most, they will define some of the choices that you make. They will influence some of the choices that you will make. That's normal. We're a communal species. We're meant to live with others, and it is perfectly okay to have influence from others. But you still have to keep track of your own goals. What do you want? Not what do they want. What do you want? So here's the second exercise I have for you today. I want you to write down 5 things that need to change in order for you to reach your goal. 5 things that you need to do in order to get to the life that you truly desire. So take out a pen, take out a piece of paper, and write down 5 things that need to change in the next year for you to get to where you want to be. Listen to your heart, listen to that memory. What will it take for you? What change will it take for you to achieve that level of happiness again that you once had? Now I want you to look at that piece of paper. I want you to look at the list of things that you made. And there's only one right answer. I give you a curveball there because I asked you to write down 5, but really, there's only one thing that needs to change in order for you to get to where you want to be. And that's you. You need to change. If you're ready for that, I strongly would urge you to consider hiring a coach. That's what coaches do. They will help you sort through the fog, like I say, cut out all the bullshit in your life, and then get you to where you truly want to be. If you're looking for a coach, look back at the conversations that I've shared with you on this channel, because there's some incredible coaches out there. If I'm not the guy, if I don't resonate with you, that's fine. But there's plenty of people that I'm trying to introduce you to who might just resonate with you. You need the right coach by your side. It's like having a good therapist, right? You need to vibe with them. You need to have a good relationship with them. So look at the conversations that I've shared with other coaches. There's many more to come. And if you find someone who you really resonate with, connect with them, reach out to them, because a coach will make all the difference in your life. And I will say this because that's been the change that is needed in my life. 2 years ago, I had a very negative perception of coaches. I didn't know what they were, and I thought they were just snake oil salesmen and swindlers, and who needed a coach anyways? And that all changed when I discovered the power of coaching for myself. My life changed completely. Changed completely for the better. I haven't looked back since, and it was so immensely powerful that I decided to become a coach myself in order to help people like you, right? You don't need to stay in this rut. You don't need to stay in this burn pit that is your life right now. No. You can change just like I have. You just have to recognize that you have that ability, that power to change yourself, and then make that choice to change and create a better life for yourself. Again, conclusion, I'm not here to motivate you, right? I'm not here to motivate you. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm a coach. I'm here to help you find your purpose and align your actions with it to create goals for you to reach, to find your mission in life, to be happy, to find meaning and satisfaction, fulfillment in all of your life's endeavors. That's what coaches do. That's what I'm here for. That's what I want to do. I am here to unleash your genius so that you can be elevated to your highest potential, so that then you too can make a difference in the world. Anyways, that's all I got for you. I wish you all the best for the new year. Let's make it the best one yet. Just remember, it's your year to unleash your genius.